Well, indeed, gentlemen, and the occasional lady shows up in the building. It is indeed Independence Day across the United States for the, independence of the country. But for men in Florida, independence from the gynocracy. Hello, 1:38 Central Time, Missouri, United States of America. God bless America. Happy Independence Day. Hope you guys are all doing well. Mr. Snaky Pliskin's in the building. Hi, Snake. How are you? What's new with you? Got any plans? Gonna blow up some fireworks? That kind of fun. Well. What did we say about now presidential candidate Ron DeSantis, the evil Nazi governor of Florida? What did we say about him a few months ago? Well, I was kind of all pissed because the governor, he vetoed legislation that would have changed slightly the alimony system in Florida. The gynocentric lifetime alimony system in Florida. He vetoed it. I was pissed. It's like, how are we ever going to make any progress? If we can't do anything in Florida, what chance do we have in, I don't know, New York? None. Zero. Right? Governor redeemed himself, didn't he, on Friday? Signed a new law into effect restricting lifetime alimony. Oh my God. Do you believe it? Can you feel the independence, at least for men in Florida who decide to sign the contract? Things might be getting a little better. Let's jump in and see. But first, let's welcome Stone Reaper. Mr. Hemi 4-Speed is here. Evo, the toxic monster, Michelle Guevara, live from France. And Gaia, yes, hamster in the morning. Better than breakfast. It's like, it's your vitamins for the day.
Steve King joins us live in the studio. And Steve,
vitamin hatred, of course, because I'm a misogynist.
What did they have?
I mean, come on, people. Let me start that again. It was a little weak. Okay. Go ahead.
Steve King joins us live in the studio. And Steve, you spoke with state lawmakers on both sides of this issue. What did they have to say about this?
Jay, this new law means that permanent alimony has come to an end in Florida. One thing supporters and opponents disagree.
Amen. Jesus, say. Ron DeSantis passes a law in Florida ending permanent alimony in Florida. Alimony. Oh my God.
Agree with regarding this new law is whether it applies to existing alimony agreements. Governor Ron DeSantis signed this bill last night, and the new law took effect today. Supporters say that this bill limits how long an ex-spouse would be required to make alimony payments, but supporters also say this would not apply to current agreements.
Okay, however, so that was the big beef that DeSantis had with the legislation last year that he vetoed. He said, hey, wait a minute. This could change the current situation in Florida, right? They could go back and retroactively. And let's be honest, guys, we got to be realistic about the situation. There are a lot of old women in Florida, okay? There are a lot of old people, probably divorcees, et cetera, a lot of widows, et cetera, so on and so forth. And so if they were relying on some government law from 20 years ago that said they were going to get alimony, a support system from their ex for life, okay, I get it. So this bill apparently took care of that issue, at least among, people who think, but not, of course, not the Democrats, because, reason. Oh, my God, the oppression of women. Really?
However, opponents say courts could decide this new law could apply to existing alimony agreements,
and chairs can fly and unicorns could fly into my backyard with bags of unobtainium. Yeah. Could happen.
Some ex-spouses in a situation where they're unable to support themselves because they were depending on those payments. Democratic State Representative Anna Escamani of Orlando opposed the bill.
Now, Emma Escamani from Orlando, Orange County. Which party do you think Miss Emma, whatever her name is, Congressperson Emma, is belonging to? You guys have any idea which party that might be?
It's always been important to allow judges to decide what is in the best interest of that family and, of course, of children. If they're
Okay, see, here's the deal, sweetie. This is alimony. This isn't child support, but they're already circling the wagons. Well, you must hate children. Because this, oh my God. This is not child support. That's okay, because the people who vote for people like this are obviously brain dead to begin with, aren't they?
there are children involved in the divorce, and this
Alimony has nothing to do with children. It's alimony payment to the old lady when she wants a divorce. Do you understand?
bill, now law, alongside others that have passed recently.
And besides, Congressperson Emma, if it's for the benefit of the children, okay, it's for the children, and the dad in the family, or he was the main breadwinner, he's got most of the shekels, right? Why doesn't he get custody of the children? It's for the children, isn't it? That's really odd. Why does it seem mom almost always gets custody of the children? If he's more, I don't know, able to take care of the children, why doesn't he get? I know. A conundrum. I'm sure, Ms. Emma, you probably supported not 50-50 custody in Florida by default. I bet.
Pull that process away from the courts and into a more political realm.
Pull the process away from the courts. It doesn't do that. But of course, you know, everybody who is a Democrat is a fucking liar. We will go over the text of the thing. It has nothing to do with putting it in the hands of those evil fucking Nazis in Tallahassee. It just changes the way the court has to make the decision for the alimony. I believe in a more fair way. Not 100%. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's see what else these fascists have to say.
Republican State Representative John Snyder of Martin County, who approved the bill, says in
look at
part,
this
quote,
guy.
as society changes, we have more.
I mean, does he have white hoods at home and a Nazi swastika outfit? Clearly. Because, well, do I have to say more?
Households where both spouses work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who might not earn as much income during the marriage, while also encouraging self-supporting.
Okay, let's read that again. As society changes, we have more households where both parents work. By eliminating permanent alimony, the bill strikes a good balance between supporting the spouse who might not earn as much income during the marriage while also encouraging self-supporting. So I think what my approach would be is that, yes, if a woman interrupts her career to, let's say, be a stay-at-home mother, doesn't work or works part-time or whatever, yeah, she's hurting her potential future earnings. So I understand that there probably should be some alimony for a limited time so she can get back on her feet, get back into the job market. And okay, yeah, I can see that. But how that gets to permanent, forever alimony for someone you're no longer involved with, how does that make sense? Well, it doesn't. It's like quitting a job and expecting the company to still give you money when you don't work there anymore. I mean, come on. So at least we're getting somewhere in Florida. Let's continue.
Governor Desantis vetoed a similar bill last year. We reached out to his office for a comment about this new law, but so far we've not heard back.
Well, clearly, because he's a Nazi. All right. So let's look through the news story. I can talk. I've only had one and a half a can of beer, you guys. I'm just so excited because finally a realistic move, something that makes sense. Of course, not to the women, because they've been pulling this wool and bullshit over men for decades. Now, maybe at some point in the past, it kind of makes sense, right? Women weren't fully in the employment area. They were stay-at-home moms. They didn't have jobs, careers, and all. It's not 1960 anymore, right? And that's all the governor is saying, and that's what this representative is saying, and all thinking people in Florida are saying. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. Things have changed. Families change. Both parents typically work. She can make her own damn money. So we need to limit how long she can get alimony, or he, but we all know the truth, don't we? We certainly do. Polska Bob says nobody's buying that hamster. Yeah, that's true. I've got half empty beer can right here. Not lying. I was doing some other things, so I was not closes. So all right, hold there we go. All right. Now this is essentially the same story, and there's more stories. We could go through it, but let me just give you the thumbnail. Let me just give you the overall gist. There's a limitation on how many years of alimony is to be paid based on how long the people were married. So it's something like up to 20 years. It's 75% of the time. So I still think that's too much. That's 15 years, right? However, for marriages under 3 years or under, 0 alimony. None. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's a start. And up to 10 years, it's some other smaller number and all that stuff. It's not permanent. There's 5 or 6 different types of alimony. For example, if a woman was a stay-at-home mother, maybe they got married when she was 17, 18, didn't have a chance to get a degree or education, whatever. There's a time frame. There's a limited time frame. They call it various things so she can get on her feet and get an education. Okay. I really don't care about the details. What I do care about, this is progress. For the first time I can fucking remember, this is a state passing a law that helps men in the divorce situation. I mean, we all ought to be happy about that, right? Links in the description. You can read it. Of course, they're bringing up the corner cases. Why wouldn't they? Well, I have, cancer and 3 of my legs have been cut off. If I don't get my alimony, okay, well, you don't have to worry about that, dear, because it only applies to marriages as of July 1st, 2023. But of course, the leftists are going to pull out all the same tricks. Oh my God, you want to starve the women and children. No. It's from thenceforward, from yesterday or Saturday. Saturday forward, this is the new system. There you go. So, I wonder what effect this is going to have on men signing that almighty government contract, boys. What do you think? Mystery Man, all your money. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, it's not perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. There's got to be a compromise. They'd never get it passed through the legislature without compromising. For me, I would say make it 10% of the time you were married after 10 years or something. So if you're married 20 years, it's good for, 2 years. That's it. There's a limit. I mean, how it was even conceived, again, I suppose in the old days when women didn't have bank accounts and the fucking litany of bullshit. Okay, maybe. This is not 1960. It's not 1970. It is 2023. Women work, women have careers, women go to college, and if they decide to pull the plug on a marriage 80% of the time, they're not going to get endless lifetime cash and prizes. It's about fucking time. I mean, I might have to rethink, hey, Desantis is doing this. I don't know. A good day in Florida for men. A really good day. Now, I think we would be foolish to believe this is going to spread like wildfire all over the South. Maybe Alabama or Georgia or Mississippi. Probably not, though. Probably not. But it's about damn time. It's about time. I want my freedom. I want my career. I want this. But when I want to pull that cord, I get lifetime alimony. Probably inflation adjusted. You know how the game is played. Now, there's also going to be some provisions like if the man's situation changes, he loses his job or he has to whatever, they can adjust it, right? The court can say, yep, you're right. You can't afford this much anymore because of this. I'm sure there's some regulations in there. So Again, doesn't affect anybody who was married before July 1st, 2023. Only marriages from that day forward. It's a beautiful thing, gentlemen. I couldn't wait to bring this. This is fantastic. So anyway, link in the description. Have a wonderful Independence Day. And you guys in Florida, congratulations. Finally, someone is pushing back against the tyranny that men have been under since hundreds of years ago. It's a good thing. Let's hope it spreads, but I kind of doubt it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.